Have you really wanted to own a BMW X5 but couldn't afford one? Well, it is your lucky day because BMW have introduced an entry-level model to the market, which is this one that I'm driving, which is the X-Drive 25D. I say entry-level, but you're still going to need about R1 million to afford one. So when one says entry-level, you know, they're speaking about still those peeps that are up there that want a big SUV and want an X5 and then went like, oh my gosh, now I can afford one. I've got close to R1 million. I don't know who does that, but you know, sure, I'm happy for those people. The X-Drive 25D, thankfully, doesn't look very different to the more powerful models. In fact, I don't think anyone would really be able to tell the difference unless they looked at the badge at the back. But speaking about power, so this has a 4-cylinder 2-litre turbocharged engine under the bonnet, which means you get 170 kilowatts of power and 500 newton meters of torque. Which sounds like a lot, I know, but bearing in mind it's quite a big, heavy car. So it is not by any means panty-droppingly quick or anything, but it certainly has enough power. It doesn't feel sluggish or heavy. In fact, it's really nice to drive robot to robot. It gets from 0 to 100 in 7.7 seconds. Obviously, the upside to having a smaller engine means lower fuel consumption. BMW claims this engine at 5.6 litres per 100 Ks. I wouldn't take that too seriously because, well, let's be honest, it's always tested under perfect conditions, so expect to get a higher fuel consumption. I haven't done too badly. It's certainly not a fuel guzzler. So one thing that's very cool is, of course, being an X5, you have a raised ground clearance. This one has one of 209 millimeters, which means you can park on a pavement with ease. Although I don't think it's meant for that. But you can obviously take on a dirt road and uneven terrain quite easily in this car. It has an electronic tailgate or boot lid, if you will. But the bottom half you have to clip manually with a lever and let down, which I found to be just a real pain in the arse, to be honest. I know it serves its purpose and everything, but for me, when I was coming back with shopping parcels and I open the lid, if the boot cover is on, you need to have that bottom thing down to put everything in. And I always keep the boot lid covered because, well, I've been remote jammed and I've had stuff stolen out of a car. So the interior, it's a little bit bland, perhaps for me entirely, especially this console down here. It's very typical BMW, but nothing much has changed for a while now. But it certainly still is premium and luxurious and everything that you want from BMW. Nice. But obviously what an X5 needs to be is safe. So you can expect on this model 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, traction control, hill descent control, rear and front parking assist, which is helpful when you're in a car of this size, I would say. You need a little beep beep to tell you when you're about to hit something. Met a girl, thought she was grand, fell in love, found out firsthand, went well for a week or two, then it all came unglued. One of my favorite things that this has on its screen is a little thing showing me the weather, and I'm obsessed with knowing what the weather is. I don't know why, but I am. So this is amazing. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I know that today is going to be 25, tomorrow is 21, and Friday is rain, 18 degrees. But it's so cool. She fucking hates me. La, 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 la. So I mentioned that it's close to R1 million. It is 945,700 Rand to be exact. But standard spec is very generous. What you do need to be careful of are the optional extras you might want to go for. So this lovely sunroof above me will come in at just over 22,000 Rand to add. If you want a rear camera, you're looking at 5,500 Rand. And if you want the 19-inch alloy wheels that I'm driving on now and not the standard 18-inch wheels, well, you're looking at just under 16,000 Rand. So you can see how quickly those options add up, and before you know it, you're into the million mark. Are you ready? There's a vampire set to drain, destroyers. Now, bearing in mind that this car competes with the likes of the Volvo XC90 and Audi Q7, which are two cars I love equally, but you have to remember as well, like, I mean, the X5 has been around since the late 1990s, and it is still a good-looking car, even though this kind of evolution from the previous model might not be drastic in any ways, and, you know, certainly consider the X5.